All right, guys, we are back today with a great new line of retro inspired figures. That's right, we are talking about the G.I. Joe Classified series on retro cardbacks. These are an homage to those vintage early 80s figures with that artistic figure on the side. The only difference is these are 6 inches instead of 3 3/4, and they are highly articulated as you would expect from any G.I. Joe figure, but they take it up to a 10. And so I am really excited to get into this line of figures. And first up for you, we have two of the latest figures in the line, two members of the Cobra Eels. The first is the Cobra Eel himself. These aquatic marine Cobra figures are essentially Cobra's line of SEAL team figures, and they are highly trained, highly skilled, and these figures look amazing. The second figure we're going to look at is Snow Serpent. Again, another member of the Cobra Eels. The Snow Serpent figures or characters are not only trained as eels in these harsh underwater conditions, but specifically in the polar and Arctic regions. And so they are built to survive in sub-zero temperatures and fight G.I. Joe in the worst and harshest climates. So let's stop talking about them. Let's get into them and let's go open these toys. All right, let's take a look at our first figure of the day, Snow Serpent. This is the latest in the G.I. Joe Classified Retro Cardback series. Of course, these figures stand 6 inches tall and feature the dynamic art of those original 80s Joe packaging. And of course, these are sturdy packages. You can see they are double strength, so that's a fold over package with the blister encased in between. And here's that card back for those who want to pause and read all about Snow Serpent. And there's the other figures in this wave. Of course, we've got the Cobra Eel, Beachhead, and Snow Serpent. So, without further ado, let's get this guy open. Alrighty, so here we go. Of course, just like the G.I. Joes, it's a classic O-ring figure, which doesn't have too much bending right at the waist. It's very elastic, so he snaps back. You got a little bit of rotation in that double hinge up there. And there is lots of points of articulation on this figure. So we have the hands. You can turn it at the shoulder. We've got that double hinged elbow. And of course the shoulders. The head swivels both at the top of the neck and base of the neck. On the legs, of course, we've got that ball joint, rotation at the hips, the double hinge knee, and this one's hinge on this one is, there it goes, pretty rough, or pretty stiff. You got the back and forth on the ankle, the turn of the ankle, left and right on the ankle. So lots of points of articulation that make this figure highly posable. Let's see if we can get him to stand there. Inside the package itself, we have quite a few accessories. We have 2 of these little handguns. We have this backpack, which you can see is textured really well, which adds to the quality. We have snow goggles. we've got our weapon, primary weapon with the bipod attachment that does rotate up and down. And lastly, we've got our 2 snowshoes. So quite a lot of accessories. These also do include display stands, which are branded either Cobra or G.I. Joe, depending on the figure. So let's take a closer look at some of this figure all decked out and posed. There is Snow Serpent with the backpack on, both guns holstered, and of course his primary weapon, getting ready to head into battle. Next up, we're recreating the pose from the art on the cover of the package. Of course, you can see him there, ready for action. And lastly, we have him marching through the snow into battle. I really dig this Snow Serpent figure. I mean, it is bulky. You can feel the heft and the weight on this figure. The plastic is highly detailed. It is just a great figure. The snowshoes are always kind of awkward, especially when they make them where they don't look great on the stands. But all in all, it's a great figure. I like to have this in the collection, and it's a great first entry into this line. And so let's get over and take a look at that eel I talked about earlier. And here we have Cobra Eel, of course, our scuba spec ops guy, complete with harpoon, respirator, all that fun stuff. Again, classic packaging of these classified retro card backs, featuring the right colors. And again, there's the classified card, figure card, if you want to check that out. And not much more to say other than let's get this one open. All right, here is Cobra Eel, and he is a lot lighter in weight than Snow Serpent. Of course, you got all those standard points of articulation, the double hinged elbows, the hands. Man, some of these hinges really are super tight. You know, the head articulation there. Really wished the bands on the waist were better so that you could get more action and bending them, but that one's not too bad. You can give him a little arch in his back. Again, those knees. Of course, he's got a accessory here. These do slide off and on, which is nice. Nice little touch. So let's get this one posed. Here is a serrated knife. Perfect for those dives when you got to cut nets and ropes, and that just slides down in there. Let's push this back and we'll just set him up here for now. We've got our harpoon gun. Here is their oxygen tank and backpack. Of course, our 2 flippers. Can't be a scuba specialist without those. And lastly, our respirator breather mask, which has that clear plastic lens, the 2 hoses that connect to their backpack. Pretty nice looking accessory. You know, again, a figure like this really does need that action stand so that you can suspend him, because that looks, you know, that's the way you want to see this guy. Like he's swimming in water, getting ready to, you know, harpoon some G.I. Joe member, sneak attack, right? But pretty slick looking figure with all those points of articulation and those accessories. He's definitely ready for a special forces mission. And here he is, all decked out with all the accessories on that action stand, ready to find his home in the collection. All right, there's our 2 new figures for the G.I. Joe Classified Retro Card Back collection. We have Cobra Eel over here on the left with his scuba equipment, that harpoon, the knife, the flippers, of course, all those great accessories. Then we have Snow Serpent over here on the right, complete with 2 handguns, the larger primary weapon with the bipod, the snowshoes, the backpack, the removable goggles. Just really a nice hefty figure with that winter coat on with the fur line to keep him all warm. Really detailed, really unique figures. Of course, colored exactly as they should be from that vintage collection, but in the full 6-inch scale, which makes these really, really nice and bring back a lot of those nostalgia vibes. So glad that they are putting these back out, and looking forward to getting the entire line out for you guys so you can check them out in greater detail. Well, there you have it, guys. The latest, 2 of the 3 of the latest figures in the newest wave from that Classified Retro series. I really dig these figures. I think they look amazing. I can't wait to show you the rest of the line, and hope you enjoyed this early taste of 2 of the 3 latest figures. Of course, the one missing is Beachhead, and as it would have it, currently it's on a truck on its way to me, so I will have that one soon. We may wait to show that one, who knows, but it is on its way, and so that will round out the latest wave of G.I. Joe Classified Retro Cardback figures. If you've enjoyed this video, as always, please smash the subscribe button. And if you're new here, we drop new toy videos every Tuesday for you to take a look at. And of course, here at James Hates Everything, we love to open our toys and take a look at every figure, vehicle, you name it. So come back every Tuesday to check those videos. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. You know what to do. And as always, until next time, have fun.